Hello and welcome back to my craft room. I'm very happy to be back in my craft room after a few days away. I haven't actually had time to do any crafting yet because I've been busy catching up on other things and things I need to get done. But I thought I'd have a quick catch up, show you a little peek at some of the highlights of our trip. We went down on the overnight sleeper, so that was a bit of an adventure to start with, and just catch you up on a couple of projects that I had started last time I was on. And the other big thing I wanted to mention is we've got our Humdinger live stream tomorrow. Regular viewers will know that once a month, the first Saturday of every month, we have an Arty Farty Party, Saturday night in, and it's a way for all of our community on Facebook and in Discord and YouTube to kind of come together and connect via the live chat. It's always a lot of fun. I always pretend I'm going to do a bit of something crafty, but in practice nothing much gets done. Usually busy trying to keep up with the chat and talk to our guests and do the giveaways and things, so I don't get much done, and tomorrow's going to be the same. Now, just fair warning, we do have a lot of giveaways tomorrow. I think it's 12. Basically, even if we do one every 10 minutes, it's going to take more than the usual 2 hours. So just to warn you, we're going to start at 8 PM UK time. We normally finish at 10. I think with the best will in the world, we're going to have to go over to about 10:15 this time. So this is a special live stream for a few different reasons. One of the main ones being that my son Tom, who, if you watch our live streams, you'll know Tom very well. You'll know him if you're on our Discord as well. I don't know what I'd do without him. None of this would be happening without him, to be fair. And it's his birthday. The live stream happened to fall on his birthday this year, so we're celebrating that. I was hoping we might be celebrating 9k subscribers, and we're just teetering on the verge. We've only got about 70 to go, really partly because I haven't made any videos at all for 2 weeks. Life gets in the way sometimes, doesn't it? You've got to choose your priorities sometimes. Anyway, so we're celebrating that. Also, Arty Fartober has just started, and I can see all the beautiful work that's already coming out of that, so we'll talk all about that as well. And the 4th round of the Great Big Little Stitchery Swap has also started, so everybody's stitching tags and squares for that. So there's all sorts of things going on, and the prizes that we've got, there's something for everyone. There's something for the stitchers, for the crafters, for the artists, and there are prizes that are open internationally and some that will just be UK or US and Canada or Australia and New Zealand. So there's something for everybody wherever they are and whatever they like doing. Let's first of all just show you where I got to with the projects I think I'd started in the last video that I made. Here we go. I was going to use these beautiful inspiration packs that Jen sent me. Jen's a friend on Discord, and this is 2 of her inspiration packs mixed up together, and you can see, I showed last time, the glorious mixture of colours and textures in these packs to play with. Just look at this beautiful hand-dyed fabric there. Lots of lovely threads and different thicknesses and textures, just absolutely gorgeous. Great fun to play with. Somewhere there's beads as well. I don't know what I've done with them, but somewhere there's 3 little packs of beads came with them as well. And what I wanted to do was make another Mini-finity album. Now there's a template for this. I put it in on my Gumroad, so I will try and remember to put a link to that below. And I'll put a link to the video where I showed how to construct this. You can do it without the template. You don't have to. Very much appreciate those people who have bought a template. It's very kind of you, but you can make it without it. So this is how the Mini-finity album works, and what I'm doing at the moment is just creating a base to do lots of lovely stitching in. And you can see it's not opening quite right yet because it's not all fully stitched together yet, but yeah, really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed this little project. In fact, I'll get back to some of this tonight, I think. Love it, and just using these pieces that Jen sent me is just perfect. So that's how I'm getting on with that one. And then the other thing I think I'd started on the video before that, I was doing felting. We had Hobbit Day coming up, and I used my box from not last month, the month before, from the Maker's Flock subscription box, and I started making this little hobbit hole to celebrate Hobbit Day, which is the 22nd of September. And the idea was it was going to fit inside a teacup, but it kind of got a little bit big. So if I show you with this one, this is quite small, but but it did nearly fit the cup that I had, but yeah, not quite. So I think it's just going to stand like that now. Let me see if I can manage to show you some details. There's supposed to be mushrooms there, and this is a little rabbit hole with a rabbit disappearing down it, showing his little white tail. I put some twinkles there to make it look a bit magical. Steps up to the door, a basket of apples. Yeah, really, I so enjoyed doing this. It made me think I'd love to just do a whole huge landscape. There's a little bird's nest there with a blue egg in it, and then the whole thing is open at the bottom, so I can put a nightlight in. Of course this won't show now, but how many it shows, I don't know. Well, you can see, look, and if it's dark, yeah, look, you can see, and it's a flickering one, so it just looks like firelight in there. How cute is that? So I might do some little cottages as well. And that was one of the projects I think Steph from the Makers did a couple of months back, and I forgot to download the free PDF I should have got. But anyway, I think I can probably make it up, it'll be fine. So that's what I've been up to. So as I say, big adventure. This time we went on the overnight sleeper for the first time, and I have got some pictures of that and a couple of little short clips of it for anybody that's curious, because I'd never done it before. Now, it does cost a little bit more. You have to buy your return train fare as usual for the right time of train. You go down, you start off, you have to go from, we were going to Cornwall, you have to go from Paddington in London. I think the train actually leaves at midnight. But you can get on like an hour before, and when you wake up in the morning, you're already in Truro, and so you get there at 7 o'clock in the morning. They'll wake you up with breakfast, they bring you breakfast. Let me show you some pictures. I was just so blown away by the whole experience. I would definitely do it again. I think we ended up paying £50 extra each for a cabin. We had separate cabins because we were a bit intimidated by the idea of bunks. So we had separate cabins, so it cost us £50 extra each way. But if you compare that to the cost of just getting a B&B or a hotel room for the night, it compares very well. So although the overnight sleeper part of the journey was wonderful, and I would do it again, one thing after another went wrong on our journey from Norwich down to London, which should have been a piece of cake, less than 2 hours. First of all, there was a worry that a taxi wasn't actually booked, wasn't going to turn up because the app went wrong. And then we got all the way from Norwich down to, we got on the train, no problem, all the way from Norwich down to Manningtree, no problem at all, and then the train wouldn't go. Then there was an announcement saying that something had gone wrong with the electrics, and we all had to wait for quite a long time until a diesel train going in the other direction arrived. Then we swapped over. The people on that train went on ours. Oh, they didn't even tell us which platform it was. There was a whole train full of people who had no idea where they were supposed to be going. At one point, I'm marching away, turn around to see if anybody else knew we were going in the right direction, and someone said, well, we're all following you. I've got no idea. Anyway, cut a long story short, eventually we get on this different train, and the train manager says something about, well, someone's put 50p in the meter so we can carry on. Ha ha, not very funny. Wasn't ready for jokes by that point because we're worried about missing our overnight sleeper. We should have had loads of time, but by this stage we've been waiting so long, we're getting a bit concerned. Then the train carries on, then it stops suddenly and starts again. Then it stops suddenly and starts again and again. And eventually the guy says, apologies for stopping suddenly 3 times there. What we're going to do is we're going to switch over to diesel now. We thought that's why we were on the diesel train instead of the electric one we got off, but hey ho. So eventually they do switch over to electric, and we carry on, and we finally get to Stratford, where we have to change the Elizabeth line. Love the Elizabeth line too. This should have been a dream of a journey. Get to the platform at Stratford. We've now got like 10 minutes. If we miss if we miss this train, well, if we get this train, we're going to have to run and hope for the best at Paddington, but we're not quite sure how far we're going to have to run until we get there. But if we miss this train, we've had it. And it's not like you can get the next one, because it's the sleeper we've got booked. They only go once a day, and there are limited numbers and limited places. So we're standing waiting for this train at Stratford to get on the Elizabeth line, and there's suddenly an announcement that says, due to a reported emergency, all passengers must leave the station. Due to a reported emergency, all passengers must leave the station. By this stage, John's blowing steam out of his ears and he refuses to move, and I'm going, well, it could be a bomb or anything, we're going to have to go. Pretty much everybody on our platform left. And John said, well, our train is here in 2 minutes, I'll leave on that. I refused to move. Well, thank goodness he did, because 30 seconds later the announcement says, test over, test over. So it was just a test. Almost everybody on our platform had left by this stage. Good job for us that John was being cussed. So we get on the train, we get to Paddington, no problem at all. Adrenaline's pumping, we're not sure if we're going to make it. It's going to be by the skin of our teeth. Arrive at Paddington, stop some poor guy just trying to have a quiet vape break, and said, please, sorry to bother you, but please can you tell us which direction we need to run in? We've got a train to catch on platform 1. Tom, meanwhile, had been back at his place. I'd been texting with him, and he'd been looking up all the departure bills for me and everything, bless him, trying to work out which train we could get. If we missed that one, would we make it? Oh, it was just a nightmare. I was almost in tears by this point, and John was going to punch someone. So then, yeah, accosted this poor guy and asked him where platform 1 was, and he went, it's all right, love, it's just over there. Oh, I was like so relieved I could have kissed him. So we just like walked through. John by this stage is still running, because he's still got the adrenaline pumping, and he's running off with the giant suitcase. I'm going, John, come back, look, this is it, here is our train, GWR on it. Oh. And then from that point on, the journey was a dream. The guy, we got on the wrong end of the coach. Oh yeah, it wasn't quite a dream yet. We got on the wrong end of the coach, but we didn't realise. And the guy who welcomed us on board took my name and looked through and went, no. And then finally found us on the last page. We'd got on at the wrong end. But I refused to get off the train. I said, I can't get off now, I can't run anymore, I can't do it, and they might leave without us. So bless him, he took John's giant suitcase and walked up the platform with us and said, look, they won't leave without me, will they? And then he took us to his colleague at the other end. She welcomed us on board, and honestly, the staff in running, going down to Cornwall and coming back up were absolutely wonderful. Really welcoming, really happy in their work. Just nothing was too much trouble. Let me show you some pictures. Stop waffling on. This whole video is going to be about waffle. Can't help it. Don't like waffle. I think you better skip it. I won't be offended. I won't even know, will I? So this is the almost empty train we got on at Norwich. It was so late at night. It was the 8 o'clock train. It was so lovely and quiet, and at this point we're going, oh, this is nice. An empty train, marvellous. Here's the little corridor you have to walk down. So John's giant suitcase was a little bit awkward to get down there, which is why I think he was called Darren, the guy we spoke to first, didn't encourage us to walk up the inside of the train because it was awkward. You almost have to turn sideways to get up that corridor, because the train, the carriages are the same width as any other carriage, but the berths run across the carriage, so it doesn't leave a lot of space for corridor. All very clean and nice, as you can see. And this was my berth. So it's 10 and 9 now, because number 10 would be the bunk above. And as soon as we dropped our stuff and given our order for breakfast, because you get to, they'll come and wake you at whatever time you want, and they'll bring breakfast to your room for you, or they'll take it to the lounge if you'd rather, but I had it brought to me. It's lovely. So this is the lounge that you go to, and if you don't book a cabin, you can just book the overnight sleeper, but you can sit in these chairs all night if you're all right sitting up all night, and they're quite comfortable. So there's sofas as well, you can't quite see in this shot. This was our table about half an hour later. Seriously, I necked that first one. You get free nibbles and things as well, and we were starving by this stage, so free soft drinks, and the wine wasn't free. Wine and beer you have to pay for, but soft drinks, hot drinks, crisps, biscuit, your breakfast is included. And, here's me all getting unpacked, and my book, I'm nearly finished with that book now. My pyjamas all ready to go. This is the next morning after the lady brought my breakfast. There's a sausage bap in there, and a nice cup of coffee and some biscuits as well, I believe. Here we go. Here it is, all unwrapped. It was really nice. Nice hot roll with sausages in, ketchup. Very nice, very cosy. You've got like a pull down table. I've got a little bit of footage. I'll show you that in a minute. And you've even got your own sink. It's got a lift up thing. Okay, so this is a little bit of footage showing when we first got into our room. Okay, so finally in our room. My cabin. This, just for me, to myself, look. I've got everything I need. Quite cosy. Under here, my little suitcase, little litter bin. Get complimentary water in the wardrobe there. Sofa operation. Oh my word. I might have to try extending the sofa later. Little tiny mirror. Hello. Shelf for things, for bags and things. So this is the window. Let me show you. We can watch the world going past. So I'm looking forward to seeing the sun coming up to me. Here we go. Oh, look. Very nice. Mustn't push this one in the night thinking it's a light, because that's the cool bell. Charging points. I can control aircon and heating and stuff. It feels very comfortable in here as it is at the moment. That's the adjoining door to the next cabin, where John is, snoring away to his heart's content. Oh. Little table, that's for eating my breakfast, which Sharon, lovely lady Sharon, will be bringing me in the morning. Another bottle of sparkling water, and you get this nice fluffy white towel, little soap. So far, so impressed. Really enjoying the kind of motion of the train and the sounds of the train moving along through the countryside. Yeah, I think I'm going to have a lovely relaxing night's sleep, and when I wake up in the morning, hopefully a little while before Sharon comes along to wake me up with my breakfast tray, I can open that blind there and watch the world go by. Hard to believe that we'll wake up in the morning and we'll be almost in Truro. So this is where they will pull the bunk bed down. Just been checking out the bunk bed, the double berths, and most of them that I've looked at, 2 or 3 that I've looked at, seem to be like bigger rooms than this one, so maybe they usually save the bigger rooms for this one. But anyway, I was just checking out the little steps that you have to go up if you have a bunk. So if you push here and pull this down, this is the steps. Only 2, 3 steps at most that you have to climb up to get into this upper bunk. So they look quite cosy actually. Yeah, so I just thought I'd show that. And now I'm just going to work out where my little night light is. But be careful to put on the light, not the call bell. If you push this button, it calls the hostess lady. It looks so cosy. Through there, through this interconnecting door, which could have been open so it would connect, but we've left it separate. There's John, and I can hear that he's opened his bag of free crisps and biscuits already. He's having a little midnight feast in there, and he thinks I can't hear him. Nighty night, see you in the morning. So that's just a little bit of footage of what it was like, the whole experience of being on the overnight sleeper. I thoroughly recommend it. As I say, it does cost that little bit more, but what it means is that you arrive already refreshed and slept and everything, and you're not wasting the first and last days of your holiday travelling, because it's a long way from up here down to Cornwall. And yeah, you kind of, in effect, it gives you an extra day either end of your holiday. And yeah, apart from the nightmare part, first leg of our journey, just one of those things. It was really good. I'll definitely do that way again. Anyway, then we arrived at our Airbnb, and that was amazing as well. So it's for anybody that knows Truro at all, you'll know the viaduct that goes across very close to where I used to live actually, and it goes across Victoria Gardens, and And just underneath that viaduct used to be an old smelting works, and that's where we stayed. It was one of the apartments that's been created within what used to be the old smelting works, and it was absolutely beautiful. Thoroughly recommend it. Kirsty's place on Airbnb, old smelting works, Truro, absolutely brilliant. Let me show you a couple of pictures. Well, this was a really good start. This was the welcome pack. I have to say, my diet was definitely on hold for the week, and I have come back 3 pounds heavier. But this was a really nice start, and as well as you can see that the fruit scones there was also, and jam, there was also some butter in the fridge and a tub of clotted cream, Cornish clotted cream, which is traditionally what you have with your scones. If you're not in the UK, you might not know that. Yeah, croissants there. There was milk. There was fresh orange juice. It was just really, yeah, really lovely. Welcome. Here's the view from our balcony, and across there, underneath that viaduct, if that clump of trees in the middle, kind of there, where my cursor is going around and around, if that wasn't there, I'd have been able to look straight through my old bedroom window. Oh, I didn't get arrested probably, but you know what I mean. And off to the right of this is the beautiful Victoria Gardens, which I always loved to, my kids loved it when they were little, and it was lovely to go back round there again. So there were so many friends and family I had to catch up with during my trip that we had every day had at least one thing going on. It was really full on for me. I'm not used to doing, we don't do very much usually anymore. I spend most of my time in here. And so it was a lot to pack in. That very same day, so we arrived at Truro at 7 o'clock in the morning. My sister met me from the train, and we went to hers, and she made us a lovely breakfast. Oh, she made me a new favourite, avocado on sourdough toast. There was real butter on it as well, which I hadn't had in ages, and a poached egg on the top. Oh. And on the very last day, she made me the same thing with salmon. Oh. I was very lucky to only come home 3 pounds heavier, I tell you. In the evening, her daughter Georgia, she runs an open mic night at the Blue Anchor at Fradden. If you're in Cornwall, go. It's on a Wednesday evenings. It was fantastic. It was touch and go whether we could get there, or rather whether we could get back. But in the end, Georgia's lovely partner Chris, hi Chris, and sorry, very kindly volunteered to bring us home, and by the time we got home we were a bit the worse for wear, so he's very patient with us. I'll say no more. I'm not used to it. And we went to this wonderful open mic night with all these incredible local musicians, and it was just such a lovely atmosphere. I'm going to show you a quick picture. Now this isn't at the Blue Anchor, but I'll just show you a quick picture of Georgia. Here she is, looking a bit pensive there. It's unusual for her not to be either talking, laughing or singing, actually, to be fair. And behind her, the chap with the giving the quizzical look there is my brother Ivan. Hello Ivan. Oh. Oh, I do miss them. It makes me feel a bit emotional looking at them now. Anyway, so that's my lovely niece Georgia and my lovely brother Ivan, and they're both musicians. So Georgia's a singer, and Ivan plays bass guitar primarily, but he does sing as well. He's in a band called Hot Pearl Snatch. So and he played me a recording the other day. They're absolutely amazing. I didn't get the chance to see him live, but hopefully next time. But I did get to see Georgia singing live. Can't put any of the clips on here because YouTube will either take my video down or demonetize me. And to be honest, the films that I took, they're lovely for me to watch, but they weren't very good quality, so I think I probably won't be doing her justice anyway. But what I'm going to do is link you to her Facebook page. Please do go and check her out. And there are lots of clips of her singing. She sings at Glastonbury every year, and she does lots of other gigs and stuff. If you're in Cornwall and you're looking for musical entertainment, I mean, she's busy, but she's open to do gigs, and so is my brother's band. They do covers of all kinds of things. We were blown away listening to them. I'm not just saying it because I'm biased. Honestly, they're really good. Let me show you a quick look at here we go. I've left Georgia's page open. So Georgia Darcy singer. Here you can see lots of different clips of her singing in all kinds of different places. Yeah, and you can contact her on there as well. Yeah, I'm just giving her a big shameless plug because she's brilliant. And the same goes, I don't think Hot Pearl Snatch have got a Facebook page or anything. But yeah, if you're in Cornwall and you're looking for entertainment, look no further. She does everything from Which says there from Etta to Amy. So then the next day, so we got home a bit the worse for wear, to say the least. And the next day was yet another highlight. This trip was full of so many highlights. I got to meet up with the lovely Maggie Morris. Now, lots of people watching this will know of Maggie Morris. You'll know that I've had some beautiful pieces of her work. You'll recognise her work from the Facebook group for sure. We had such a lovely time. Maggie stays down in Cornwall quite often, and she's a big fan of Truro Fabrics, which is a shop in Truro that I used to work in many years ago when they had a place at the other end of town. They've got a big shiny new place now, and it's even better. So we had a lovely time in there. We met up in a cafe that was new to me next to the museum called the Arts Cafe. Big art shop, lovely coffee, cakes and things. So we met up there, and as is often the way meeting up, this is the fourth time now that I've met up with someone that I only knew online before, but we just get on automatically. Like, it was like meeting an old friend, because we've already got common interests, haven't we, when we, in this community. Maggie was just every bit as lovely as I knew she'd be, and she brought me some lovely presents, which I'm going to show you. Here we go. I think this is a lovely picture of Maggie. I think I've got her expression really well there. She's got her phone out as well, because she was also taking pictures. I do not like having my photo taken. I know it seems strange because I'm in front of a camera all the time, but when it's a still camera that's just going to take a shot like that, I absolutely hate it. I feel so self-conscious. Got all my chins out there as well, look. Maggie was so glamorous, and I really am not. And here's some glimpses at some of the beautiful things in Truro Fabrics. We were quite taken with how they displayed some of the fabrics like this in embroidery hoops, but with the edges left out and kind of frilly. We thought that was a really nice idea. We hadn't seen it done like that before. There's so much there's a picture of Maggie taking pictures. I can only give you a glimpse. These photos do not do it justice. It's a real Aladdin's cave. I so wish I still lived near there. What an amazing place this must be to work. All the staff were wonderful, very knowledgeable, very helpful, very friendly, and clearly very happy in their work. I used to love working there years ago. It was different then, but the atmosphere is kind of the same. Is Maggie having a rummage? Now she's looking through the batik fabrics there. We both ended up buying some of them. I'll show you what I bought in a second, actually. Like I say, the photos I've taken just do not do it justice at all. Oh look, there's some little scrap bags of felt. I got some of those as well. Here's the two felt packs that I got. I'm going to keep one myself, and I'll keep one for a future giveaway. Not for tomorrow, we've got so many already. I'll keep them for a future giveaway. Lovely wool mix felts in nice usable size pieces, and yeah, lots of different colours there. Really happy. £2.50. That's brilliant, isn't it? I only let myself buy the one piece of batik because I really didn't need any fabric. I just couldn't resist getting one, and I just loved the range of colours in this one. And like Maggie said, it's perfect for stitching it into, because that's one of the things Maggie does so well, is to take the pattern that's printed in the fabric and stitch into it. And this is just perfect for that. I think you could make a whole scroll out of just this and pick up all the colours in it. Yeah, it might end up making an appearance in my tags I'm doing for the swap as well. I'm going to show you a couple more photos, and then I'll show you what Maggie gave me. Maggie found an excellent piece of justification for buying this fabric, even though she has far too much fabric already. Which is that when you just want one little snippet of one of those colours, you can just cut a piece off. You haven't got to, break into a whole fat quarter just to get one little snippet of yellow. You can just cut out the piece you want. I thought it was an excellent piece of justification there. And here is a picture of me with the piece of self fabric that I bought. Again, really not liking having my photo taken. I love that fabric. It's got stamps all over it. I'll show you that. Hang on. Oh, whoops. Look, I didn't just buy one piece of batik. I forgot. I got two. But look at it. It reminds me of jelly printing or something, this. I love it. I just love it. Okay. It was two pieces of batik. And here's the stamp fabric. I just love that. And I thought it might be perfect for using as the backing on my swap tags, because we're going to send them in the post, and Someone would be going overseas, but whether they're going overseas or to England, it's nice to have the English stamps on, I think. British stamps. We met the lovely Steph, who actually designed that cardigan that she's wearing. It's all crocheted from a hexagon. The hexagon sits under the arm and it kind of crochets that from there and folds up. It just looks amazing. The photo I've taken really doesn't do it justice. And she's holding there in her hand another one, the one she was wearing just before that, which has got these little squares with these skulls crocheted into them in a panel running all down the back. It was beautiful. And Steph made that pattern up. She runs classes there. They have all sorts going on there. I so wish I lived nearby. I loved Steph's whole kind of vintage style, and she's such a lovely girl. She really was. And she does kind of crochet classes and things there, workshops and things. They didn't used to have yarn when I worked at Truro Fabrics years ago, but they do now. So I bought the same wool that Steph used for that bit in a slightly different colourway, one of the newer colourways. Let me show you that too. Okay, so I actually bought 3 balls of it. £13.50 a ball, which should be plenty to do my cardigan. If there's any left, I'm sure I'll find a use for it. It's beautifully soft. It crochets up or knits up. Really, it's lovely. You can see from the one that Steph was wearing. And she did give me the tip that rather than go round and round and round, if you want to have more definite variation, rather than it going kind of stripes, turn around and go back the other way each time, which kind of makes sense if you are used to crocheting hexagons. So I'll experiment with both ways and see what I like, I think. But absolutely gorgeous. This one is called, so it's Serdar Jewel Spun Chunky, 200 grams, and this one's called Mermaid Glow. Apparently that's a new colourway. It's a good job I didn't have much in my suitcase on the way down. And then before I said my goodbyes to Maggie, we only had a couple of hours together. She gave me these in the cafe actually before we moved on to Truro Fabric. I don't know what to show you first. I'll show you these first because that's what I've just picked up. So these lovely pieces of stitchery to turn into needle books or whatever. She did say she wouldn't mind if I gave one or two away. So what I might do is for a future giveaway, turn these into needle books. Just put a piece of felt inside and do them as a giveaway. I feel very lucky to have so many beautiful Maggie pieces, and maybe I should share the love. But Maggie did also say she might do something specially for us for a giveaway, so we'll see what she comes up with. But look at these. Look at this gorgeousness. She's just so good at putting colours together, patterns together. She uses perlé cotton. She was telling me she doesn't use stranded cotton at all. She uses all perlé cotton. That's partly how she gets this gorgeous texture. Absolutely lovely, lovely, lovely. Look at this. Oh, I love the one on the inside as well there. The more you look, the more you see. God, absolutely stunning, isn't it? That just makes me, this is one of those things that actually makes me literally dribble. Suffolk puff incorporated in there. Like you can see, these are Suffolk puffs here. Absolutely gorgeous. I'll hold that still so you can freeze it if you want to. Last time I showed some of Maggie's pieces on a video, I think I got twice as many views as usual because a lot of people said to me, I went back and watched it all again. And it is even better in real life, I promise. The colours are just sing more, and the texture, you can't really fully appreciate the texture unless you've got it in your hands. Look at this. And then this one was a departure for her. She doesn't usually work in neutrals. I think it was for a challenge. I bet she's done a phenomenal job of it. Look at this beautiful piece. I think she said she thought maybe Marion, was this the piece that she thought maybe Marion Hawley had sent her? Because they're in the same group as well. But look at it, when you first look, and especially if you're not a stitcher, you won't appreciate how much is in this. Like, look at these. Look at all these French knots. This is all French knots around here. Look at that. All French knots into the lace here. Just stitched and stitched and stitched into all different shades of neutrals. Absolutely phenomenal. I don't usually choose to work with neutrals either, but when you see something like this, it makes me wonder if I should give it a go. It's a lovely way to show these old pieces of lace. Well, not all old, some are new, some are old, I think. Stunning, aren't they? But there's more to come. She also, because Maggie's been, she joined me in the Mini-finity inspired project, and she brought along, she said she's done as much as she's probably going to do now, and she brought me along some bits and pieces she thought I might be able to use for my Mini-finity. There's little washers and things, which of course, you know, I'm going to work in. I can wrap them in thread, wrap them in fabric, stitch into them. These, I've never seen anything quite like these before. I could just incorporate these as they are, or I could thread fabric in and around them as well. Lovely mother of pearl pieces in these gorgeous colours. Look at these. They're going to fit in so well with my project. And then there are these. I've never seen anything like these either. Love, create, live. That's got to go in somewhere. Look at the flower shaped one, which you can put things inside of as well. These are ceramic, and the colour is absolutely glorious. Like kind of cog things. Aren't they gorgeous? Aren't they beautiful? Look at that. I don't want to wrap. I don't want to wrap these. I mean, you could wrap these, but I don't want to because they're beautiful just as they are. The colour's not coming out very well on camera. It's more turquoisey. So those are beautiful. And then La Pièce de Resistance. Look! Handmade by Maggie. Oh, the goose pimples are out. How beautiful is that? And I've not opened it yet. Wait and see, wait and see, wait and see. Mini-finity, Mini-finity scroll. Look at this. I'm going to do a slow drive-by for you. It does make me think I'm going to get some more perlé threads. I have got some, but I tend to primarily use flosses, but I think I need to get more colours of perlé. Isn't it fabulous? I love the dark, it's like a dark brown background with all the stitching on it, like a light grey stitch on it. I'll leave it there, I won't roll it up, I'll just leave it there. I'm gonna have a beautiful thumbnail this time, aren't I? Look at all this beauty. I can't remember what we did on Thursday evening now. We just spent some time with my sister, I expect. And then Friday was Crafternoon time with some old crafting mates of mine. Well, one of them was poorly, so she had to join in Emma had to join in remotely. We had her propped up on Shell's tablet. Shell was there and my sister Mandy came as well, and I have got a couple of photos, but none of it, we all hated having photos taken. There we go, this is me and Shell with our Airbnb in the background. She's a very dear friend, Michelle. I miss her a lot. Oh look, I forgot this little character. I brought him with me. A lot of you remember Stephen Seagull. I brought him with me down to Cornwall. He's got his pasty and his fish tucked away in his bag there. I took him around with me a little bit. He didn't get to see the beach though, unfortunately. So here we are setting up for our Crafternoon. We can see my roll from Maggie there. I was just showing that to Michelle. Michelle was going to do this brilliant thing with some buttons. She's got a little button collection there, and she was going to crochet them together into this bracelet, but it turned out she didn't have a hook with her narrow enough, and I hadn't brought any of mine, so that was frustrating. But it's okay, we found plenty to talk about and keep us busy. This was the little cheap kit I was doing. It was like, I bought this from AliExpress like years ago, I think, and it would have been like less than a couple of quid if I recall. Another shot of the crafting table. I had all sorts of things there. I'll show you them. I'll show you how far I got with some of this in a minute. So this was the beginnings of making up one of the little card holders from that kit. Unfortunately, I forgot to take photos of these finished because they worked out really well. I was very impressed with the kits, and I gave one each to Mandy and to Michelle, so I haven't got them now. But I was really, if I ever see those kits again, I'll definitely buy them. Now this is a picture of, this was probably, it's been during one of the days, I don't know now which day this was anymore. You can see I'm still loving having my photo taken. So that's my sister Mandy sitting behind me there, me looking the size of a house. It's partly because I had a lot of layers on. It was very cold that day. We got really wet a couple of times as well. Oh, I do miss my sister. I can't talk now because I'm going to get all emotion. So I was thinking, we'll try taking a selfie instead. So then all our chins came out. And then we thought we'd try taking it from above so we didn't have so many chins, but I don't think we quite pulled it off. Oh, I did have a laugh though. And these were taken sitting outside the little cafe in Victoria Gardens, which is called Pollen. Lovely homemade cakes and things. All new to me. It wasn't there last time I was down. And here's Stephen again. All right, Steve. Sitting there waiting to pinch our cakes when we're not looking. Oh, did I say cake? Oh, looking out over Victoria Gardens. That's not the best view of it, actually. Oh, and now this is the day that we went to visit my friend Maggie. I used to work for Maggie many years ago when she had a joke shop in the Interim Market. And you know, we've kept in touch. We're really good friends. You know how sometimes you get people, like all the people that I got together with over this holiday, it was the same. Haven't got pictures of my friend Julie that I used to work on the hospital wards with. Julie, she's a staff nurse. I was a healthcare assistant. And we got on then, and we still get on. We hardly ever see each other, but when we do, you know that thing where you get on with someone so well that when you do get together, it's as if you've never been apart. It's like that. Yeah. On the Sunday we went to Skinner's Tap House and we saw some more live music. It was absolutely bucketing with rain, but we did still have a lovely time. All the family got together and Maggie and Graham came with us. And then on the Tuesday, our almost last day, we went to Maggie and Graham's place. I've got lots of happy memories of their place from years back. We'd been out in the garden, Maggie's garden, picking russet apples off the tree. These were just windfalls actually, but they looked usable, so we rescued them and brought them indoors. And then we started to taste test some of Maggie's gin. Now Maggie has a still, and what an eye-opener. It's not much bigger than the size of, well, it's certainly not bigger than an air fryer, say, or a slow cooker. A little bit taller, but no more footfall, you know, footprint. And at the most basic, you just need water, sugar and yeast, and you can make a spirit, and it initially comes out 80% proof. Then you dilute it down by at least half, and then and you can flavour it with all these different herbs and spices and fruits, and you can buy special concentrates. And yeah, she's got it off to a fine art. I was very, very impressed. There's Maggie just pouring out a little sample for us to try. That's my lovely friend Maggie. I do miss her. Looking at these photos is making me feel all bit choked up actually, because I don't know how long it'll be before I see all these people again. What a lovely day we had there. And there's Maggie and Graham with John. You won't all know John, just so John's my husband there in the middle. John and Graham have been trying Graham's beer. So Maggie makes gins with her still, and Graham's got a microbrewery in his carriage. And honestly, John said, well, I tasted a couple of them. I'm not a beer drinker, but you could tell they didn't taste like what you think of as home brew, you know. They were really impressive. Here's the setup that he's got, or part of it. And John said they were just, and they make, you know, well-known beers like Proper Job and Ghost Ship and the other, you know, beers you will, if you're an ale drinker, you will have heard of. And they just taste like the real thing, but obviously a lot cheaper and fun to do, very satisfying. Here's Graham, he's not dancing there, he's explaining something or other. It looks like he's doing a bit of a 70s dance there. And here he's showing, I've forgotten what these are called, but that's all part of his setup. And there is where they all end up in this very fancy fridge. I was most impressed. Then Maggie and I made a risotto. Well, I say Maggie and I, Maggie made it and I was her sous chef. We made this amazing baked risotto, cod wrapped in pancetta, no, some kind of bacon thing, pan fried, wrapped in bacon and pan fried. It was absolutely delicious, and green beans with it as well. Absolutely delicious. That risotto was gorgeous. There's another picture, so that's my brother Ivan in the background there, holding court by the look of it. And there's his lovely daughter Alice there. I haven't got a picture of Layla. That's George's little girl. Not little girl. They're 15 and 16 now. Alice is the one who I've been told before that she reminds Mandy of me, and I can see seeing us together there. I can see how there are definite similarities, aren't there? I like that one. And here we are back on the train home again. I took a picture of the strange bar stools behind us. I won't tell you what John thought they were, but I think they just meant to lean on them a bit, you know. There we are, just having a glass of wine before we go off to our cosy cabins again. And here I am, tucked up in bed again, just about to finish my book and having a little midnight feast of some of my sister Mandy's most amazing banana cake. It's the best banana cake I've ever eaten, and it's got pieces of chocolate in it. Here we are back at Paddington in the morning, 4 minutes past 5, bang on time. Time we got off the train, it was a little bit later, and then we headed, because it was a while before we jumped back on the Elizabeth line to get to Stratford and on up to Norwich. We decided to go and wait in the first class lounge, because again you're entitled to that if you have got the sleeper ticket. So I availed myself of the offerings. Had a nice coffee, and there was lots of lovely pastries. I think, yeah, that's part of the lounge we were sitting in. You can see over there's all sorts of soft drinks, different kinds of water, juices, different coffees and mochas and teas and all sorts. It's lovely and warm and cosy in there, and nice and clean. And you can see the pastries over there. And what you can't see is around the corner some lovely fresh fruit as well. And then right over in that corner, if you went through that door, is all the showers. You have to book them at Paddington. At Truro, you can just use them. The Truro, I thought the first class lounge at Paddington was lovely. I was absolutely blown away by the one at Truro, which is really only a small station. Absolutely state of the art. It was fantastic. Even I went in to check out the loos and things just out of curiosity, and was most impressed when I walked in the loo, and a little thing, a little announcement thing straight away said, if you are visually impaired, press this button, press the button on your right now or whatever, and we will give you a description of the room. So I guess if you couldn't see where you are, they would say, you know, the toilet is over there on your left, take 6 paces forward to find the thing, you know. I thought that was really good, and I've never ever been in a loo and come across that before. What a good idea. It never occurred to me what a huge problem that could be as well. And again, lovely refreshments, really friendly, helpful staff, lovely, hold the doors open for you, welcome you, help you with anything you want. You know, I was just blown away with the whole experience, honestly. Here's me taking a picture of, because the Elizabeth line is quite new, you go down and down and down again. It's very low down, but it feels very bright and airy while you're there. And it's got this thing now where you've got these glass doors that come right up to the platform. You can't see the rails, basically. You've got these glass doors. You've got really helpful signage up here, lit up signs which tell you what trains are coming next and where they're going and all the different stops, so you don't have to worry you've got the wrong train. Nearly 20 to 6 there, so we're about to get our train, and when the train comes along, the train doors open up exactly where the glass doors have opened. I mean, I just find that amazing. And the trains are usually half empty, really clean. It's all really new at the moment. It's even the platform there, you can see how nice it all looks. It's just, yeah, I love, big fan of the Elizabeth line. It goes, at the moment it's come up as far as Shenfield, which is the other side of Stratford, nearer to us. I think that's as far as it's going to come this way, and I believe eventually it's going to go all the way down to Reading, so potentially we could get on it at Shenfield and cut out London altogether, straight down to Reading and then to the West Country. It will make that whole trip a lot less fraught, unless it goes wrong like it did on the first leg of our journey this time. But a couple more things. So I mentioned my friend Julie. She gave me this little pair of earrings. How cute are they? I won't wear them as earrings, but I'll take them off the earrings and use them as charms. The little tiny scissors, cute. And then when we went back to Truro Fabrics again. So I've been to Truro Fabrics twice during my stay, and she got me these because they caught my eye, and she just got me these to remember my trip. How adorable. Hedgehog buttons. Are they lovely? So I'll find something cute to do with them. I had to find something else to buy. So I got these Hiroshima needles, silk needles. They're quite expensive, £7.50. I just thought, I can't resist. I want to see how lovely they are to use. Let's see. Look at this packaging. Oh, crikey. They're really, really fine, look. Can you see the size of that hole? Oh my word. And they're just straight up. I suppose they don't damage the silk at all as they go through. Now I have got one really fine piece of silk embroidery to do that one of those Chinese companies sent me. And this would be the perfect thing to use. There's nothing there that's going to snag the silk. I can feel how beautifully smooth. They are beautiful needles. I don't know how often I'll use them though with my eyesight. I picked what I thought looked like the biggest ones, so goodness knows how small the others were. I have started making this sampler, and that will sit in one of my little miniature room boxes. So that was it. That was all I managed to achieve. But I did enjoy catching up with everyone. It's brilliant, and I miss them terribly. Isn't it brilliant? At least these days, it's so easy to like keep in touch, isn't it? So thank goodness for the internet and things, and free. I used to be that if people moved away, you just never saw them again, did you? And if you wanted to speak to them, you had to run up the road to a call box, and it cost a fortune. I've got one more thing I just nearly forgot to show you. So this was in the first class waiting lounge at Truro, where we were waiting in the morning for the train to arrive. I've go on a Great Western adventure. Obviously it's meant for kids, but I couldn't resist. A colouring book and a set of pencils. I just thought that was adorable. I just love that. And they're nice kind of simple outlines that I think would work quite well if you took little sections of them and trace them off. They would work well as for stitching, wouldn't they? And that reminds me of our viaduct. It's not like our viaduct really, but it will remind me of our holiday. Yeah, see, just little sections there. I think that could be quite good. They're not like they're obviously aimed at children, but they're not kind of childish, are they? I think they're lovely illustrations. What's the map? So that's a lovely souvenir as well. So I'm going now. That was a really long, waffly, hopefully not pointless video. Hopefully some of you enjoyed it. I'm sure a lot of people will have switched off at the beginning or skipped through to the end. But if you are still here, still listening to my rambles, thank you very much. Please don't forget to join us tomorrow for the live stream. So that's 8 o'clock UK time. And we will go on a bit longer than usual. I would imagine it's going to be at least 10:15. I would say 10:15. We've got so many things to give away. Lovely things to give away. We're going to have to do one every 10 minutes all the way through, and we still won't be finished in 2 hours. So that'll be a lot of fun. So do pop along if you can, and help me to wish Tom a happy birthday, because I know we all appreciate how much he does for us. He does a lot to keep all of this going and run our Discord community and things, and yeah, nice to see him on his birthday. Anyway, so that's all I've got time for today, and I'm sure it's all you've got time for today. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you back with some proper crafting videos very soon. I'm dying to get back to my normal, and I've missed you all a lot. I missed my family and friends in Cornwall, but I missed all of you when I was down there as well, so can't have it all, can you? Okay, thanks very much for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye.